Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one lined up for you today. Listen to some of these headlines. Money may be coming back into crypto. Say that 3 times fast. XRP may be on the move today. I watched it move 5 cents in one shot this morning, just a short time ago. Flare and Flare Finance. It's coming sooner than you think. Are you ready? We hear from Julia Chatterley today, and she really helps us understand what the real objective of the digital Yuan and CBDCs are in general. Russia is fleeing the US dollar, and looks to a new digital financial system, whatever could it be? While at the same time, the European Central Bank is warning others the risk of not offering digital currencies. And Google has tipped its hand, and crypto is on its way in a very, very big way. Let's go ahead and roll this beautiful intro and find out.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackUpBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers. We are $1.760 trillion for the cryptocurrency market cap collectively. That is coming up a bit, so we want to keep an eye on what's happening there. Earlier, moments ago, it was really just a few minutes ago, I watched XRP move from $1.02 to $1.07. Just like that. So head on a swivel out here. You could see some price action. I know that the technical analysts and experts out here that watch the charts are very, very bullish. So make sure you pay attention to what's going on today. We do happen to be up just a little bit here on the 24-hour, 2.92% on the 24-hour. Careful what we call progress, right? 1.49% on the 7-day. Most of that here just in the last few minutes. So we will keep an eye on that. Let's look at the range more importantly. We know that 106 is a huge spot for us to get above that mark and stay above it for us to start running up to the 122, 133 range for XRP price. So if we can get the bottom number on this range to be 107, and I think then we're really, really in a place where we're talking about moving up today. So let's keep an eye on what happens with that. We could retest that resistance line. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's get into this. Happy birthday, XRP. Yeah, it turned 9 yesterday. And this is from XRP Crypto Wolf, who's a Hall of Famer. Thank you, my friend. So happy birthday to XRP. How about this for a birthday present? Let's get the SEC case resolved, right? It's obviously a mess. Make sure you check out the next video that comes out on that. Okay. This is from Raytheon. Says he was just talking about this with some of the XRP people in the XRP community here, and this is a glitch that happened. And look, I didn't catch it, but he obviously recorded it here, and it shows XRP at 150, 160,000 and plus, and it's like obviously it's a glitch. Somebody said if you could have set some prices in there, could you have sold it? And the reality is only if somebody was a buyer. Right? It's not going to automatically sell itself. I mean, who's buying it when you know you can go to another exchange and get it for $1? But nevertheless, it is very interesting to see so many glitches, and we see a lot of them, especially for XRP. I never seem to see glitches for other coins. And obviously, we talk about and follow a lot of other coins in this space. I never see these glitches really happen with other coins. It's pretty interesting. Just wanted to share that really quickly with you guys because it was just for fun. All right, now let's take a look at this because this really reinforces the notion of what we've talked about here on the channel is watching that total market cap for crypto and watching the funds begin to recover and flow back into the space. That is a big, I think, factor to pay attention to. Now, I found this to be interesting because this is an article that just came out. Norton 360 antivirus will soon mine cryptocurrency. It says here it's going to start working with Ethereum, and it will enable users to mine for Ethereum. It goes on down here to say they're proud to be the first consumer cyber safety company to offer coin miners the ability to safely and easily turn the idle time on their PCs into an opportunity to earn digital currency. With Norton Crypto, our customers can mine from cryptocurrencies with just a few clicks, avoiding many barriers to entry in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Things are changing all the time. And what do we know about Ethereum? Ethereum has extremely high gas fees, and honestly, so does Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin has extremely high gas fees as well. So I found this, and I remember seeing it not long ago. This is from May 27th, so just about a week or so ago. And basically, this is here from Araco, so thank you. Casper Labs and Quest Global, a global product engineering and lifecycle services company, have partnered to build a series of blockchain-based solutions on the Casper network. Well, let me tell you something. Quest Global, I did some looking here, is a big deal. Right? So Casper Labs announced a big partnership with Quest Global, which is a publicly traded multinational engineering firm that has 10,000 plus employees and tens of thousands of customers worldwide. They will be building supply chain solutions on the Casper network. So now we have talked about this, right? We talked about the competitive market coming together here. And this is the way it works in an emerging market. Is the more competitiveness we can find out here in this space, the better it is for everyone. Right? So we know that Ethereum's got high gas prices. That's a problem. They got to fix it. They say they're working on it. We know that Cardano's got solution to those high gas prices. So there's your competitive side there. We know Flare Networks is going to be competitive side for supply chains and the interoperability with the ETH network. What else do we know? We know now that Casper Labs and Quest Global is going to be offering and building supply chain solutions, and they are already off to the races with an incredible partnership with Quest Global and many other partnerships I'm finding out too. So I find this very interesting, and they also have other aspects because I also found out they are 136,000% more efficient than Bitcoin. Listen, I tell you, these new technologies, projects like Casper Labs here are going to make a hell of an impact and really, really make the space better overall. And you know what? All boats rise that can really run with where the tide is going, right? So that's exciting. I am going to reach out to them and see if I can get a hold of maybe the CEO and talk to them in the future because I think they're doing really good things there. This is from CZ calling out Elon Musk over his alleged double standard regarding electricity for crypto mining. Oh, I've said this very quickly about Elon that, for a guy who's making, cars and companies and things that are supposed to be really carbon neutral and all of these things, it was very weird that he offered Bitcoin to purchase vehicles and now taking a reverse stance on that and pulling back. But then you have to wonder, is he about to release something like a new mining rig for Bitcoin and proof of work projects that are going to help be more carbon neutral and more energy efficient? I hope so, if nothing else. Let's see here. This is Flare and Flare Finance, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming. It is supposed to come sometime this month, give or take 2 to 4 weeks is the last thing that I've heard from Flare Network. So it says here from Flare Finance, if you're receiving Flare and in an exchange or a wallet that is not supporting DFlare airdrop, that is okay. Our friends at Uphold are supporting the airdrop. Simply move your Flare to your Uphold wallet once you get it and receive it, and automatically receive your DFlare after the snapshot. So if you need to move your Flare to be able to get and you want to receive the DFlare from Flare Finance, then that is your path to do so if the exchange you're on is not participating. So this is getting exciting. Look, utility fork from Flare Networks, and then all the ability to earn rewards and interest and things like that, and the many different product offerings for Flare Finance is going to bring an enormous amount of utility and lock up an enormous amount of cryptos on their network. That is very exciting. I've also said this many times leading up to Flare Network's launch. Are we going to see FBitcoin, FBTC offered as an F asset on the network, as we already see the utility forks for Bitcoin with F Litecoin and F Dogecoin? I think that would be a hell of an announcement to make right before launching. We'll see if it happens. Looking right here, this is Michael Val 5 Link says SC Standard Chartered Ventures, the Innovations and Ventures unit of Global Bank Standard Chartered, announced Wednesday it would launch a crypto brokerage and exchange platform for institutional clients in the UK and Europe. You know, this just goes to speak to HSBC, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and all these other investment banks and institutional level firms getting into crypto and offering it to their wealthiest clients first from the top down. This is happening in a very big way, and you're going to see that as we move through this news. Now, this is Julia Chatterley right here, and she talks with this woman who is explaining the latest round of $6.2 million worth of digital yuan in lottery being issued amongst its citizens. And I'm going to bring you in here at the 2-minute 5 mark. We don't need to hear the whole thing, but it does acknowledge in the front of this interview that China does claim and is, in fact, at this point, the front runner in the fourth industrial revolution, launching in the furthest maturation process of launching their digital currency. Let's go ahead and listen to hear about some of the adverse effects of doing so.
Understand the difference between a central bank creating a digital coin like this and some of the other coins that we're talking about on a daily basis right now, the likes of Bitcoin, Dogecoin, for example. And the terminology that we use is centralized or centralized currency versus decentralized currency. Just explain the difference for us, Selena.
Well, Julia, a digital yuan is very different from a cryptocurrency. It is a central bank digital currency. It is issued by the central bank. It is not decentralized. In fact, the entire approach of this central bank digital currency runs counter to the original intent of Bitcoin and some other digital currencies, in which the whole point is that no one person or organization can have complete control. Now, the digital yuan has raised significant privacy concerns, but Chinese authorities have said that this is a way to make transactions easier, more secure, and to help those who don't have access to bank accounts. But again, when I speak to experts, they say that this could potentially be enhancing China's central authority, and it would provide unprecedented access and information for the central authorities into where people are and how they're spending their money. Now, while China is already nearly cashless, it is different from what this digital yuan would be, since the cashless society in China right now is primarily being transacted on these privately run apps and platforms. So the big question moving forward is, how much is this going to strengthen Beijing's surveillance and control, not just of society, but also of the economy?
You know, if you ever wanted to know the upside and the downside, you just got the downside, right? I mean, that's really what this is about. I mean, they will tell you all day long, whether it's Benoit Coyer or anyone else from the banking system and the central banking system level, they will always tell you this is about consumer protection. But the reality is you just got the hard, cold answer right here. They want to see what you're doing with your money at any time that they want to. And that's what this is really about. And then the ability to change the digital dollar you hold and impose negative rates at some point and don't even have to ask you about it. Maybe you wake up one day and they did a 3% negative interest rate, which really means that if you have $100 in the bank, you now have $97 in the bank when you wake up tomorrow morning, right? They can say all day that this is about consumer protection and this, that, and the other, but the reality is you just got told the truth right there. Now, you don't have to like it, but you just got told it, right? Now, here we move on here, and we see Russia's central bank governor said there is a need for fast, cheap payment systems, and digital currencies can fill that gap. Oh, that's not all they're saying. They're not just looking to use some new financial system here. Oh, no. They're also looking to dump the dollar. Russia cuts the dollar holdings from $119 billion wealth fund amid sanctions. Russia will eliminate the dollar from its national well-being fund, shifting to euros, yuan, and gold. I went into this article, and there's no need for me to really read it to you because that's really the gist of it. And they are very clear that they do not want to hold the U.S. dollar. And they really lay into the idea of all the sanctions that the U.S. has put on Russia and looking to continue to do. And the reality here is it's much bigger than that. And that's why I showed you the piece about a new financial payment system and using digital currencies to make that system operate. Obviously, they would use a central bank digital currency, right? Here is quite possibly the biggest piece of news that you're going to see that tells you that crypto is about to hit this space like you've never seen before. And forget about the $2.5 trillion crypto market cap that we've seen as an all-time high here. We're talking about trillions and trillions of dollars moving into the space. Google has announced plans to lift a ban on advertising cryptocurrency wallets and exchanges that has been in place for almost 3 years. You're about to see crypto advertisements on the regular on Google. This cannot be overstated. We are right, is what I say. We've been in this space early, pioneers, vanguards, if you will. And the reality is this is the biggest signal right here that they're about to hit the masses with all of it. And this is one of those moments that I've been waiting for. None of this is financial advice, but I am extremely excited about that news, that for the first time in 3 years, you're about to see crypto advertisements all over Google. That's big stuff. ECB says digital euro may be needed to combat artificial currencies. Again, you know, the angle is to protect the consumer and the citizen, but the real side of this is to remain in control, powerful, and relevant when it comes to central banks. That's what this is all about. They also go on to say, and we covered this yesterday, that the European Union intends to launch a digital wallet allowing citizens of any country in the bloc to make payments, access services, provide each state also allowing for the storage of digital ID information. You know, again, we covered this yesterday, and they have said that they intend to launch a European Union EU digital wallet for almost 500 million people within the next year or so, give or take. That is exciting. All of this is lining up with the idea that Google is opening up advertising to allow cryptocurrency companies and projects to begin to use that advertising to really bring in the masses and to normalize cryptocurrencies and digital dollars around the world. The European Central Bank also warns of risk to stability. Again, the fear is being sent out, and the message is being sent that if you don't yourself get a central bank digital currency designed for your country and your central bank, you're going to risk being run over. That is what it says. It really does. I mean, you can't make this up. You know, this to me is stability to banks don't offer digital currencies. And it does say in here, and I was looking for the section, I had it highlighted. It must have gone away. But nevertheless, it's not very long. Let's just read it. Published a report, International Roll Euro Wednesday, touching upon importance of the central bank digital currencies for future financial strength. The authors of the CBDC portion of the report. Basically, they stated the attention should be paid to the risk to stability that might arise if a central bank does not offer a digital currency, adding that issuing a CBDC would help to maintain the autonomy of domestic payment systems and the international use of a currency in a digital world. You know what's interesting is that in order to do that, you actually have to have a payment rail that you're going to run this new digital system on. Whatever could it be? Whatever could it be? I don't know. Maybe they use this private ledger that the central banks are already using, built on top of the XRP ledger, to issue those central bank digital currencies. Why, I'm not even guessing. This is fun to watch, ladies and gentlemen. And then we hear the narrative of lately, which has come about, which is all of these cyber attacks that have happened. Now, let me just really quickly say to you Okay. We've seen the GameStop for market manipulation. We've seen the U.S. pipeline get hacked and gas prices go through the roof, right? We've seen JPS meat supplier now be hacked too. And they are projecting that food costs for meat is going to go through the roof. Now, obviously, this is really dealing with the antiquated infrastructure that exists. So this all speaks to the idea that, hey, if this ledger is good enough for private ledger for central banks, might it be good enough for a meat company and a U.S. pipeline as well? I think the answer is yes, right? I think the answer is unequivocally yes. So when you look at this idea and the threat that is coming from all of this infrastructure being attacked, it really does create a narrative to move to a new financial system, as the central banks are currently doing. What's interesting to me is I feel like with the narrative moving to an old system, infrastructure antiquated, they're also pricing in hyperinflation. Think of what the cyber attacks have been attacking. Oil, fuel, it affects all of us, whether you're a company or whether you're just a regular citizen. It doesn't matter. Fuel costs are pricing in the economy where things are going in the cost of goods. I don't care what it is. Look around your room you're in right now. At some point, whatever it is you're looking at was on a truck from somewhere to somewhere for you to get it. When you look at the meat supply, and now that has been attacked, and the cost of food going up. Again, the ability to price in inflation, hyperinflation, without really telling anybody that this is exactly what's happening. Now, I'm not suggesting that the attacks are actually planned. I need more information for that. I can think it, but I can't prove it. But what I can tell you is that the final piece to GameStop market manipulation and that infrastructure being antiquated, and the pipeline and the meat supplier and all those infrastructures being antiquated, I'm left with the idea of understanding that there's Diem Coin, right? And Diem Coin is going to be in the United States. They have canceled their application for status in Switzerland and moved back to the United States. Christian Catalini has told us that the Diem coin, the stable coin for Facebook, is a placeholder for the digital dollar from the Fed once it is determined. So it is a test. It is merely a placeholder until the digital dollar is ready to be chosen or put in place. That's your news for today. I'm going to leave it right there. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. This gets more interesting all the time. Hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Make sure you share with somebody you know. Check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. Remember, be careful what you click on out on the internet. There are tons and tons of scams out there. And by the way, I will never ask you for money. The comments under my YouTube section are usually scammers. I do not use WhatsApp ever. Do not respond to anybody asking you to call or text a number ever. And just remember, the links in the description box and the comment section, more importantly, are trusted, vetted links of products and services I use each and every day. I'll catch all of you on the next one.